All right, I finally grew the Bellinis to do a blush ranking video. In this video, I have included liquids, creams, and powders. I just wanted to lump them all together. This is basically everything I've tried in 2024 that has remained in my collection. I have tried others that are no longer with me. They have been returned for a reason. So these are the ones that I have kept. These are the ones that are in my rotation. I mentioned in my previous video that it's so difficult for me, like it tears my soul apart to rank the blushes because they each have their own individual beautiful properties, which is why they're still in my collection. However, I think it's helpful to go through them all and let you know what I think about them, why they rank maybe at 10, why they rank at 1, and why maybe they sometimes fall in between. Again, they're all beautiful. If there is a blush that I rank a little bit lower, but you absolutely love, of course, that is totally okay. I'm going to take you through the 10 blushes that I have tried this year. I'm not including anything that I've tried in the past. And thank goodness there are about 1,000 blushes to choose from because guaranteed you will find one that works for you. So strap in. I am applying every one of these. I have video of application of each and every one that I will insert throughout the video. So let's get started. Coming in at number 10 are the Rare Beauty blushes. So these are very, very luminous. I had picked up 2 shades. This is Joy. But the other one, I forget which one it was. It came shattered. I could barely use it. I did return it because it was unusable. But these are at number 10 because I find them to be a little bit too luminous. I love the finish. They are gorgeous. They really are, but I never ever reach for this. Why? If you have one pore, it will show up on your face if this is on top of it. I would use this with caution because it can get extremely intense, just like their liquid blushes, and it's extremely, extremely luminous. I love a luminous blush. However, this one is a little bit over the top for me. This shade Joy also isn't my jam. It's a little bit too dark for what I prefer. So I would use these as a blush topper, maybe a pigmented highlighter. This is the way that I would use these personally. I think when I reviewed these, I said that I saw a lot of review videos where I could visibly see the pores on others applying it, and they would literally say it blurs their pores, and it really turned me off. It really turned me off to this product and also those creators because I could literally see the opposite of what they were claiming, which blows my mind. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But they are beautiful. The formula is nice. It's got the same consistency as their regular highlighters, which I love. I love using Exhilarate in the highlighter in my inner corner. I do it a lot. Because that is like the perfect inner corner highlight. I use it as a highlight as well, don't get me wrong, but I use it mostly as an inner highlight. But these, again, not for me, not for my skin. As a blush topper, sure. As a highlighter, sure, but very, very far away from this area right here. Just keep it up here. They are beautiful though. The formula's great. Coming in at number 9 are the Charlotte Tilbury Island Glow Cream Blushes. This is Beach Peach and this is Paradise Pink. I applied Beach Peach in the application part of this video. I'll show it to you right now. So this is what I think of these. Oh, I should say, these are not a new formula. They were just new shades that were released. And I have to say, they are nice. They're quite pigmented. They apply nicely. I have to work for them just a little bit. They are at number 9 because they just simply do not last on me. They don't last on my skin. They are gone after just a couple of hours. That's what I found with these. As pigmented as they are, I'm surprised. But especially if you wear these under a kind of a glowier, more emollient type of maybe skin tint, they will not last at all. If you want them to last at all, then I would put them over maybe a matte foundation if you wear a matte foundation. But that has been my experience with these. They are lovely. They are beautiful. They're not horrible. They're not bad. And none of these are bad. None of these in this ranking are bad. But I had to put this at number 9 for that reason. I rarely reach for these. Coming in at number 8 is the HAUS Labs Glassy Skin. I don't know, it's an extremely long name, but it's their stick blush, creamy blush. Okay, so this is another one I don't necessarily reach for very much. It does apply nicely to the face. It says it's glassy, but I wouldn't call it glassy. I was expecting glass, but it's not that. It's glossy, definitely. Does it stick? Does it remain sticky? Yes and no. Like there are times where I've applied it where it's extremely sticky and other times where it's not. I think it depends on what you have on underneath and how much you apply. So can it become sticky? Yeah, it can. If you're oily, I wouldn't go for this one. And you know, I do love it. I love it. The shades are beautiful. It's a nice stick blush. I have applied it directly to the face. I don't find that it lifts foundation underneath, but you have to be careful with it. Typically, I will take this straight from the stick. That's why it's at number 8 because it's kind of finicky. It can be finicky, not always. And so because it's not consistent, I don't necessarily pick this up. However, I do love the shades and the shade range in all of these. They are beautiful. Even though it's really glossy, it doesn't emphasize pores. I don't find that it does. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. It's not like the Rare Beauty where every pore is emphasized. This one is really nice if you're looking for a glossy, wet looking type of blush. Not a highlight. There isn't any sparkle or anything in it, but it does have a high shine, but I wouldn't call it glassy. I was expecting a little bit more from this one. I do believe this was in my favorites, like monthly favorites, but when I do my monthly favorites, it is in comparison to anything that I've tried that month, right? So now I'm taking my collection and ranking. So if I have said like, oh, this is so great, it is great. It is great. I still have it and I do love it. I'm just in this context of ranking the blushes. This sits at number 8. Number 7 is the KOSAS. I have the shade Blissed. This is Blush is Life is what the blush is called. I love this blush. It's buildable. It leaves a beautiful sheen behind. And I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. If you want a powder blush that you can apply that leaves a little bit of a sheen behind. Here's the thing with this one. I got lucky with the one that I picked. Because it is marbled, you run the risk of picking up one that has a little bit more of the marbling. When this lighter shade takes over the actual pigment, you run the risk of just getting glow and no color. So that's the only thing I will say about these, but the one I got is wonderful, so beautiful. And I love it when you want a glowy blush that this one in particular doesn't have too much glow. It's buildable, it's smooth, it looks fantastic. I love it. I did pick up another shade in this when I picked these up, but that one didn't really work for me, so that went back. But this one is, I think I mentioned Blissed, and that's the one I'm applying in the video today. And I love the formula. It does feel really nice. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass, and with the Hourglass, you run the same risk, by the way. You really do. But I have seen a lot of people complaining about these only if they have received something that has too much of the glow, less of the pigment. And so that's why this one is just a little bit lower on the list. Number 6 is the Nars blush. This shade in particular, Behave. These are not new, but they were reformulated talc-free. And because I love the liquid Nars blush in Behave, I decided to pick up the powder form because sometimes I just want a matte, nice blush to go with my look. And if you want a nice, matte, neutral, beautiful, natural blush, this is the one for you. Like honestly, I know they reformulated it, but I don't see necessarily a difference. I still think it performs beautifully. I love the shade Behave. Again, trusty, reliable, matte blush that you can use when you're getting ready quickly in the morning. You don't want to muss, you don't want to fuss. And this is your guy. I love, love, love the Nars blushes. And this shade Behave is definitely one of my favorites. I love it. It goes on smoothly. There is enough pigment and it lasts all day. I love it. Number 5, we have Patrick Ta. This is just enough, not too much, and she's the moment. I know these are not new. They were newly released shades earlier this year. I hadn't tried the Patrick Ta's because they were just way too intense for me, the ones that he had released before, but these ones seemed right up my alley. This is the one that I try in the demo that you will be seeing, and I love them so much. What's great about them is that you get a powder, you get a cream. You can use just the cream, you can use just the powder. You can do powder under cream, cream under powder. You can use them any way you like. They're very versatile. You get a lot of product in here, and I love them, and I love the finish. Everything about these is wonderful. They only have ranked down a little bit on this list only because they're not a new blush. They're just new shades that are new to me for sure, but I love them very, very much. They're wonderful. Late to the game on these little guys. These are the Merit Flush Balm. I love the packaging. They're just so cute. Okay, this is the shade Stockholm. You can apply these directly to the face. Like I said, very, very recent pickup for me. I can't believe it took me so long to try these. I love them so, 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 so much. You can apply it directly to the face or pick it up with a brush, whatever you prefer. It is a light flush of color. They are just so natural looking on the face. When you want an easy morning routine and you just want to add a little bit of color to your cheeks, this is phenomenal. I love the formula. They're long lasting. They're not sticky. They're not sticky at all. You would think they were. And also you can apply them to the lips, which makes it even easier. And I love these. Another formula I'm super late to trying are the RMS blushes. My goodness gracious. These are coming in at number 3. This one, French Rosé, is the one that I've applied in the demo today, but they are all so gorgeous. This one is Crystal Slipper, and this one is Mai Tai. My goodness, the glide, the shine, without emphasizing pores. They are so absolutely beautiful. You do not need a highlighter. When you wear these puppies, the finish is absolutely 100% amazing. Amazing. I love them so much. You get perfect pigment, perfect smooth application, and you end up with a gorgeous glow, but it's not an over-the-top glow, but just enough that you don't even need to wear highlighter. You can wear these alone. Just throw them on your face and they're just fantastical. They are unique and gorgeous and beautiful. One might compare them to the Rare Beauty blushes. No, you cannot. These stand way above those. These are phenomenal. And I'm so sad it took me so long to try them. This one in particular, Crystal Slipper, I can wear as a bronzer and blush and highlight. If you want simple steps in your morning routine, these are amazing. I love them so much. All right, we're down to the final 2, and this one was a little bit difficult. Well, kind of, yes, maybe no, maybe so. Let me explain. In number 2 come the Hourglass, the new liquid blushes. I forget what they're called. What are they called? The Unreal liquid blushes. I have 3 shades. What I am showing you today on the screen is the shade Scene, which I love so very much, but I do love all 3 that I picked up. The reason these have come in number 2 is just ease of use. Ease of use. Not that I mind, but when compared to my number 1, these need a little bit more work. So you have to shake them up and then you have to put them over, press this rubber thing here. Just make sure you only get 1 dot. They are so pigmented, but once on the face, they just look fantastic. They have a gorgeous, like a luminous finish, but they dry down and they are extremely long lasting. And I love them. And I love the shade range that they have. And they're gorgeous. I love them. It is a very small container, which is very easy to travel with, but don't be fooled because there is a lot of product in here. They've just managed to get it in this really tiny little tube. And I love them so much. So easy to blend, but you have to put them on the back of your hand. I would not put these directly on the face. Definitely not, because you never know what you're going to get. They're not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty blushes. They're not at that level where it's just way too much. I'm just saying, if you put this directly to your face, you run the risk of applying too much and then it gets kind of all over the place if you're not careful. So for these ones, I would say a little bit more work, applying to the back of your hand, making sure you disperse it, and then applying to your face. But other than that, the finish, beautiful, gorgeous, luminous, but not wet or sticky. Longevity, A1. They last a really long time, and I love them. And my number 1 blush, I'm sure you're not surprised, is the Giorgio Armani Lip and Cheek Tints. My goodness, in the demo, I am wearing this one, 50.5. I love this. I think it's called Rosy Peach, but today I am wearing this one. This is 53. So these are something very special. They look fluorescent in their component, and they look fluorescent when you first put them on, but they blend out to the most beautiful, natural color on your face. I'm so impressed with these. I'm floored every time I use them. You can apply them directly to the face. It will not disturb a thing that you have underneath. I guarantee you that. So I love the ease of use for that. You don't have to apply to the back of your hand. You can just put it directly to your face. Blend it out. Doesn't matter how much you put on. You cannot overdo it. You can't. You're just left with this gorgeous, beautiful, natural blush. And it dries down to a powder, but it doesn't look powdery. So, I mean, you cannot get better than this. Mind you, I had to do this video. I could not wait for my YSL Made Me Blush or Make You Blush or whatever it's called. It's on its way. I don't know if it will gazump this one. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, for the purposes of this video, these Giorgio Armanis are literally quite unique. I don't think I've ever used a blush like this before, let alone like a liquid blush. Like I said, so easy to use, so easy to apply, foolproof. And if you're new to liquid blush, this is an amazing place to start, because if you're afraid of it, this doesn't like go anywhere. Like, you cannot overdo it. You can't apply too much and have it like end up, on your jawbone. It is just easy to use, beautiful finish, and long, very long lasting. So these are my number 1 blushes. Whether liquid, whether powder, I will always reach for these. And honestly, when I try a new blush, I will compare it to this one. This is the standard. This is the benchmark of what I will be comparing. Any blush that I will ever try will have to measure up to this one. All right, so I got through it. It was quite difficult to rank these, but I really do hope you found this video helpful. There are so many blushes that have been released lately that sometimes watching videos like this can be very, very helpful. You can see the finishes, you can see, the shades, you can see the application and all of that. So again, I do hope you found that helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. That would be amazing. Hit that bell button so that you're notified every time I do post a video, and hitting that like button really, really helps my channel out. The like button, the thanks button, all that stuff. That would be so great. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.